Recorded in Chicago, Illinois, with your hosts, Ken, Matt, Neal, and Jeff. This is Triviality. The cream of the crop!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Triviality, the game where lack of seriousness meets a little bit of knowledge. My name is Neal, and I'm joined in the studio with our co-hosts, Ken, Matt, and Jeff. How's it going, guys?
Hey, everybody.
Good. How you doing?
Good.
We're all pretty excited here. That's 1 week before Geek Bowl, so we're all packing our luggage and getting the car ready, gassed up, and oiled, ready to go to drive cross-country to Boston. You guys excited about that?
Yeah, and thank you, Neal, for driving the whole way. We appreciate your offer to do that.
Well, Matt gave me some white powder that was unnamed, but I'm just going to go for it and see what happens. He said truckers use it, so I'm just kind of trusting him.
Are you taking that orally, or?
No, it's actually a suppository.
Okay.
That's all terrible.
Yeah, it is. But anyway, on a lighter note, so we're excited to be in Boston next week, and we've spoken with some of you individually about hanging out, but we're still trying to plan an event, so we'll get all of those details. If they haven't been out already by this episode airing, we'll get all those out to you soon. But yeah, so today's a special episode because our friend David Livasy, who is an Intercontinental Champion in our Patreon support group, has graciously come to host a game as a training round for Team Triviality. Basically, the Rocky Balboa in the woods in Rocky IV, getting ready to fight Ivan Drago. So we want to introduce our Intercontinental Champion, David Livasy. How's it going, David?
Hey, I have the tiger ready to go.
Ooh, good. We knew you'd be prepared. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your introduction into trivia, what you do, and how you found our show, and then we just obviously want to thank you again for being one of our biggest Patreon supporters.
Yeah, of course. So I don't really have a lot as far as trivia. In high school, I did a lot of these things called UIL exams, which are basically like academics individually parsed out by topic. So I did a lot of math and science and current events and stuff. And then I moved around a lot after like college for work. And then, I just kind of stumbled into a bar and they were doing trivia and I kind of just picked it up and started going with friends. And that's kind of where I came from.
I think stumbling into a bar is the best way to go into a bar, if you ask me.
And leaving the bar as well.
Yeah, stumbling in or out.
Yeah.
And so I started looking for podcasts while I was working out, and I found Trivia Warfare, and then I met Wesley Wells, who suggested listening to Triviality, and I've been kind of hooked ever since.
Yeah, Wesley's awesome. Thank you, Wesley, the gift that keeps on giving and sharing with everyone. He was on our Parks and Rec Lay It On Me episode, and he'll be on a full episode in the near future. So there's your movie trailer for that. He's coming this summer.
In a world.
Yeah, in a world. But yeah, so David, you actually prepared a full game for us today, and we're excited because we know you like writing questions and you're a great player. But before we start, do you want to just give a shout out to your Geek Bowl team that you're going to be seeing in a week 2 with us?
Yeah, we're still settling on a name for it, but my Geek Bowl team is Liz Hudson, Erin Barclay, Stacy Mo McPeak, her friend Keisha, and Carmela Smith.
Wonderful, and obviously an open invitation to any of you ladies if you'd like to come on the show. We'd love to have you as a competitor, and you might make an impact as Liz Hudson did with the Oakland 5, which we've been using a lot lately. Mostly due to us not knowing the answer.
She changed the whole game.
She did change the game. She's sort of the Steve Jobs of this podcast. But anything else, guys, from you before we start the game? I know we've been
just once again saying thank you to him because I know that's a huge commitment, and we really, really appreciate it.
Yeah, another way Patreon supporters can change the game is by recording a version of the rules. We don't have a new one yet, so any of you $10 and up Patreons, if you wanted to record one, we'd love to have it on the show. But until then, Neal, why don't you go over the rules for the game?
Great, and I'm just going to do a quick segue and just give it to Jeff. Jeff, tell us the rules.
Sure, thanks for putting me on the spot. This is going to be nowhere near as good as the ones you guys have been recording, so thanks again for those. But the rules are pretty simple. 2 rounds, 10 questions per round, 10 points apiece. Swing round in the middle, which points vary on that. And then the final round, 5 questions and 5 different topics, which we can wager 0 to 30 points on to find out who's the cream of the crop.
The cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
Awesome.
Which will either be us or you guys playing at home, because we are playing as a team today.
Yeah, that's right. I guess we didn't mention that. We're going to be playing as a team like we do normally at Pub Trivia on Mondays, so feel free to keep score against us. If you beat us, let us know. If you don't beat us, let us know. Either way, it's all in good fun.
So in terms of recording today, we're automatically the cream of the crop.
I guess that's true. Oh, actually, no. David's the cream of the crop today.
Oh, like if he beats us?
Yeah. So if we don't get if we don't get over like 200 points, he's the cream of the crop.
He's the cream
200?
no matter what.
You're setting the bar very
He's a
high.
cream regardless. So
Yeah, that's true. David is. That should be on your business card, David, because you travel a lot. It should just be David Livasy, the cream.
I'm going to add that there. My dad's in the military, and 1 year he came back. He was doing some kind of like, what's it called? Like escorting, and he escorted Macho Man Randy Savage in like the airport one time. So my dad's got a photo with him and stuff. So when you guys did it, I was like, oh my God, it's serendipitous that y'all use that, and I know who he is.
Oh, that's amazing. You gotta, if he doesn't mind, you have to send it to us. We'll put it up as the cover photo for this episode.
I'll ask him for it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, cool. Well, yeah, I think we're ready. So
All right, let's do this. Round one, question one is in video games. Released in 1996, Willy Wombat was the original name for which marsupial video game character?
Crash Bandicoot?
Is Crash Bandicoot a marsupial?
he is a bandicoot.
Yeah. Is that a marsupial?
I don't know.
well, I mean, it makes
The
sense.
timeline is
Timeline
right.
is right.
Yeah, I'm
96.
pretty sure that's the right year.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're officially locking in Crash Bandicoot.
And it was Crash Bandicoot.
All right.
All right.
I
You don't want to think too hard.
I answered my one
Sometimes.
question, so
Well,
I'll step out.
We also do suffer the opposite, though, which is we just say out an answer and then we don't think about it after that and write it down.
All right, question two is in potent quotables. From which movie did the phrase "By George, I think she's got it" come from?
That's where he's teaching her how to speak.
Oh,
Eliza.
My Fair Lady?
Yeah.
Isn't it My Fair Lady?
That's a pretty good guess, yeah.
The rain in Spain, etc. or whatever.
By George, I think she's got it. Yeah, I mean,
Based on the play Pygmalion,
yeah.
My Fair Lady.
I don't know.
What
like
do you,
it.
what do you think, Jeff?
What are you looking at me for? This is the point where I normally wash my hands of it and walk away. Science and
Well,
geography.
if
are
Matt's
done.
right, he's on a roll.
Yeah. So to play devil's advocate, that usually doesn't happen.
Stop it with this gambler's luck fallacy.
No, see, I wasn't thinking that old, but that would make sense.
I
though.
was definitely thinking that old.
Okay, yeah, we're going to lock in with My Fair Lady.
And it is My Fair Lady.
Yeah.
Man,
What do you
Matt.
know? You guys can go. Let's.
So for the listeners, we're recording this about 3 hours later than we usually do.
Yeah.
We usually get our start, so we're much more lucid today, and apparently that matters a lot to Matt.
Well, see, that's why we're excited. Geek Bowl's at 7:30 at night because
Nice.
none of
Just
us
about
are
woken up then.
That's
none of us
prime
are
time.
morning people whatsoever. So
To be fair, we usually record Sunday mornings, and I'm the only one who drinks, so you could put two and two together.
yeah, and I'm excited that we're playing as a team because many of our friends of the show always say you guys are so good as a team, just not good by yourself. So hopefully today this will show that we are good as a team. So
All right. Question three is in murderers. What were the names of the two wealthy University of Chicago students who kidnapped a 14-year-old boy and committed, quote, the crime of the century? I can tell you now that they were not the monarch who founded and exploited the Congo Free State, nor the actress in Hot Tub Time Machine 2.
well, it's the Lindenberg case, right? Crime of the century, or no?
No, it's a different one. The Lindenberg baby?
Isn't that
That's a Lindbergh baby.
Lindbergh
or the
baby?
Lindbergh or
That's a
whatever?
way
Sorry, not
different thing.
Lindenberg, but that's not the crime of the century, right?
They said that at the time, but then there was another crime of the century. And then OJ.
That was like
That was another crime of the
That was
century.
like the World War.
All right.
Oops.
So,
We'll go with the clues first that he said. So
Well,
Hot
you
Tub
do
Time
you do
Machine
Hot
2.
Tub Time Machine, and I'll work on.
Craig Robinson.
well, yeah, but
actress?
Adam Scott replaced John Cusack in that, but I can't remember who the actress because I never saw the second
Was it
one.
actor or actress?
Actress. So because Adam Scott replaced John Cusack, 'cause he didn't want to do the second one, and then they had a new actress in it. But think of the Monarch, and maybe that'll help.
I've heard about the murders that he's talking about. I know I remember there was something in the news about one of the guys recently. I think Mendez is one
Well,
of them.
there are the Menendez brothers. I don't think that would happen.
Was that a different one?
Yeah, that's different. The Menendez brothers are the ones that shot their family with a shotgun in the house that Ben Stiller made fun of in Cable Guy. Anything on the Monarch?
So the Belgians had control of the Congo. So I'm trying to think if I can think of a famous Belgian monarch. Oh, you should go with like Frederick, right? Because that's a pretty
Frederick.
German
Jones
or-
and Frederick?
Sure. Jones and Frederick.
Yeah, we just couldn't
We don't
come up
know
with
this
it. Sorry.
So the monarch that founded and exploited the Congo Free State was King Leopold. And the actress in Hot Tub Time Machine is Lisa Loeb.
Leopold and Loeb.
Leopold and Loeb.
Yep.
As soon as you said Leopold, I knew it.
That was a good question.
Hadn't heard that one.
And L's were like sticking in my head too, but I couldn't get far enough to. Oh well.
Yeah.
Oh, you should have said that.
I don't think that would have helped.
No.
Perfect. Moving
So
on.
it was in 1924, and they called it the crime of the century because it personified the wealth of them and basically trying to get away with murder, basically, and where their status was. So,
Gotcha.
all right. Question 4 is in science. Which gas law states that for a fixed amount of ideal gas kept at a fixed temperature, pressure and volume are inversely proportional? It shares its name with an unlikely British superstar.
Boyle's Law.
Boyle. Yeah, Susan
Yes,
Boyle's
that would
unlikely.
make sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
We are in.
All right, we're going to lock in with Boyle's Law.
And it is Boyle's Law.
All right. Pretty good start here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought I really felt bad. I thought I jinxed us by saying that we're a pretty good team, and then we got that next one wrong. But yeah, we're back on the board.
Back on the board.
All right. Question 5 is in Beautiful Women. Which uptown girl has fiercely graced the cover of Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition the most times?
Is that Elle McPherson?
Yeah, well, like the question that remember we did.
Or Christy Brinkley?
Well, Christy Brinkley's in the video, but it was
It's
written.
got to be Elle McPherson, right?
I think it's L. McPherson.
Written for Elle McPherson. Okay,
Either way.
Elle McPherson.
She's been on there 5 times, and it's Elle McPherson.
All right.
Good. Okay.
Cool.
So I used Uptown Girl because she was dating Billy Joel at the time, and when they call the Uptown Girls, they've got Christina Brinkley, and they've got one other woman, I forgot her name, and then Elle McPherson because he was dating her.
We almost did a good job of talking ourselves out of that one.
Yeah, I know. I was just playing devil's advocate because we had that question because I asked it, and it was Whitney Houston was the other girl in the hotel that he wrote it for, and I just didn't know if you're going music video or who the song was about.
Okay, let's see. Question 6. Fun with words. What word has 1 syllable, but when you add 1 letter to the end, it becomes 3 syllables?
Oh wow.
So that's obviously changes the pronunciation of the word.
I know like long monosyllabic words, so I'm thinking through those.
I think it'd be something that you would add an E at the end. Wouldn't that be the closest to change the pronunciation? Any ideas, Jeff, or anything you're in the area of?
No, I haven't gotten to anything yet. The word crime, right?
Mm-hmm.
You had an A to the end. Isn't that Crimea, like the place? Is that only 1 letter?
Ia at the end.
Yeah.
All right, so here's my thought. We don't have anything better yet. That's what I've heard. I have the word crime. If you add A to the end, it becomes Crimea, which is 3 syllables.
It's a city, right?
No, it's a region.
A region.
Is that okay though? That it's a country though,
It's
or
not
a
a
region?
country.
Or a region? I mean, is he probably looking just for a normal
So,
word?
I don't know. Do you have anything else?
I have a hint I can give you guys.
Sure.
Yeah, let's get a hint.
It is the 1 syllable word is a widely used and conjugated verb.
It's a verb.
Or rather, it's a conjugation of a widely used verb.
Crime and Crimea.
Okay, well that actually works, but the one that I have is R in area.
Oh.
Oh, area. Oh yeah, R in area.
All right.
But good on us for coming up with something.
It's like, yeah.
Sorry, I really wasn't looking at proper nouns.
There we go. Yeah, I'm sure that there's a bunch you can do kind of with that.
Surprised Jeff came up with one. It's a good job.
That was really
Yep.
All right. Question 7 is in amazing. Name 2 wonders of the ancient world that are located in Africa, or were located in Africa.
Okay, so the Great Pyramids and the Library of Alexandria.
Somebody's been playing Civ.
Wait. Wasn't the...
Fine, the Lighthouse of Alexandria.
Yeah.
I think they're both.
They're both?
Yeah.
They're both in Africa.
Well, the Great Pyramids are for sure.
Right.
What
No, I
are
thought
the-
those were in Mississippi.
Sure.
Las Vegas.
What are the... Yeah, there you go. Stupid question.
The Colossus at Rhodes.
Yeah, which is where?
I don't know.
Thank you.
The Hanging Garden.
Which are in Babylon, which is in...
That's the Mediterranean.
That's actually in
Europe.
It's in Asia. It's
Great
in
Asia.
like Great Iran
Is
area.
Great Wall modern or ancient?
Great Wall is a modern.
Right,
Because it was
'cause it
built
was-
in about 1300.
Okay. We'll go with Lighthouse at Alexandria and what was the other one?
Great Pyramid.
Great Pyramids of Giza.
So the 7 wonders of the ancient world are the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, the statue of Zeus at Olympia in Greece, the Temple of Artemis at Ephesus, the Mausoleum at Halicarnassus, the Colossus of Rhodes, the Great Pyramid of Giza in Egypt, and the Lighthouse of Alexandria in Egypt.
Awesome.
Nice. I don't know. I'm sure David saw this, but I was just drinking coffee, kind of sitting back because I didn't know what was going on there.
Yeah. I literally only know these from playing Civilization because you get those sometimes.
What's that?
I thought it was tougher.
It's like a simulation game where you create a civilization and Mahatma Gandhi keeps trying to kill you.
Oh,
That's the best part of that game.
Yeah.
Is that it's just a complete
so there's
farce.
no you would have had me if it was creating roller coasters and not finishing them so that people ride off of them.
Another simulation.
All right, next question is in literature. What 1998 book follows the missionary Price family to the Belgian Congo and has interesting take on narration where each character narrates a different chapter?
1998,
Book.
missionary family goes to the Congo.
The Price family.
Do you think this was turned into a movie?
So I'm trying to think. Interesting.
That doesn't ring a bell for me at all in terms of fiction.
No.
Blood Diamond?
Yeah, it's not Blood Diamond. I don't think.
No, that'd be South Africa.
Hmm.
Because that's where Leonardo DiCaprio, his best accent is he calls everyone Brew. Thank you, Brew.
Yeah.
Book of Mormon.
Yeah.
Just saying.
It's Mighty Joe Young, obviously.
Oh, we do not know this.
This is where our weakness is that we don't
Should we
read.
go with? I do a little bit.
I mean, I read a
Let me
little
Do a
bit.
little
but-
bit of. Yeah, I'm
We
not.
don't
I'm
read.
not avid. All right. Do you want to go with Congo?
Yeah. I mean, it's Michael Crichton, I think, right?
Yeah, but it was earlier. But
Yeah.
Sure.
Congo.
Congo 2.
No, we'll just go Congo. We'll be safe with Congo. All right, we're gonna.
It's not
It's
safe,
not.
but-
We're gonna lock in with Congo.
It's a book that a lot of kids, at least down here, have to read during high school. It's from Barbara Kingsolver, and it's called The Poisonwood Bible.
Oh, I've never heard of that.
never in my life
No.
have I heard.
I want to
of it.
check that out. The Poisonwood Bible.
It's super interesting.
I'll have to check that out.
Next one, question 9, is in animals. Reaching speeds of 12 miles per hour, what is the fastest land snake? You could try asking Divak, but he may know.
Could you spell Divac?
Divac.
Asking Divac, not like Vladi Divac.
I was going to say Vladi Divac.
Not sure about that reference.
Yeah. Fastest land snake. It's got to be. Are black mambas fast?
I was also thinking Black Mamba.
I know they're poisonous, but
That's
They're
also
very poisonous. I think that's what they're.
I mean,
more
I'm
known
thinking,
for.
cobra, python,
Python probably wouldn't be that fast. They tend to be pretty big.
Does anybody know this reference?
Divac. I don't.
If it is, he was traded for Kobe Bryant, whose nickname is Black Mamba.
Oh,
I mean, this is a real big stretch.
It's not that big of a stretch.
no. The reason I thought Black Mamba, yeah, I mean, that's why I thought Black Mamba, because it was Divac, but I don't know if we're just thinking too much into it.
Can you read just the reference part about Divac?
You could try asking Divak, he may know.
Yeah, I think.
Okay.
Let's go Black Mamba.
Okay.
Good teamwork, Matt. I hope this is right. All right, Black Mamba is our final answer.
Kobe Bryant was traded for Vladi Divac, and he's the Black Mamba.
Wow.
Nice question, David. That was
Matt
great.
is right on today.
Thank you.
I just need 2 more hours of sleep every time we play, and I'll be good to go.
That's not going to happen.
No.
So I guess our strategy now for Geek Bowl is on that Saturday. We're just
Sleep
gonna
in.
we're gonna
Wake
sleep
up at
in.
like
We're gonna
2
go to
p.m.
we're gonna go to brunch, get a massage.
Avocado
Let's
toast.
just massage each other.
That's fine.
Save the money.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll take Matt.
I got a lot of stress in my shoulders.
Next, the last one in the round is award winners. With his first in 1920 and his third in 1928, this American dramatist and Nobel laureate was awarded 3 of the first 10 Pulitzer Prizes for drama.
1920, 1928. So, let's name some. You said a playwright for drama. That's what you said. Pulitzer Prize for drama. So we're probably thinking of playwrights, right?
Yeah, if I was gonna think of anyone who's American,
Tennessee Williams.
Yeah.
well, that's probably right. I was gonna say him or Arthur Miller, but I'm trying to think
Miller's
he would have been
later.
too. Yeah,
Tennessee Williams too late as well?
yeah. I mean, I don't feel too bad about that one, Jeff.
I suggested it, so
Oh, all right.
Jeff's in with that.
Okay, we're gonna go with Tennessee Williams.
Not saying it's right, but
In 1920, he won the Pulitzer for drama for Beyond the Horizon. 1922, Anna Christie. 1928, Strange Interlude. And in 1957, he won for A Long Day's Journey into the Night. It's Eugene O'Neill.
Yeah, O'Neill. I should have thought of O'Neill.
Well, that's not a bad first round. What do we got there?
Yeah, no, that's a pretty good round. That's
O'Neill.
20, 30, 40, 60 points.
Hey,
It's not bad.
Hanging in there.
Yeah, 60%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good enough for a D or an F.
Okay. Going into the swing round. The title of the swing round is called Ejectables. So I'm going to read you a synopsis of a athlete and or coach who was ejected from a game, and you have to tell me who it is.
Yeah, let's do 10 and we'll do 5 points apiece.
Sounds good.
All right.
Cool.
All right. Question 1. This hothead coach was ejected and subsequently banned for a game in 1985 for tossing a chair across the court.
All right.
Even I know that one, I think.
Yeah.
Bobby Knight, right?
Bobby Knight Rangers. You wanted to make the
I wanted
joke.
to make the joke.
Oh. Okay.
In 2007, this basketball player was ejected by a famously salty referee, Joey Crawford, when he giggled with his teammate over bad calls.
Yeah. Tim Duncan.
Tim Duncan. Okay. All right.
This grouchy manager was ejected, fined $5,000, and suspended for 2 subsequent games for dressing up in glasses and a mustache and entering the opponent's dugout in an effort to watch the game without being detected.
It's
That's pretty good. I like that.
We'll talk about this.
Okay,
but
so I'm just going to write down glasses and mustache.
Question 4. During a 1978 bowl game, this coach was fired from both the game and his position, rightfully so, for throat punching one of his players for running with a pigskin out of bounds.
That would be Jeff.
Yeah. Throat punching. That one I don't know, so we'll have to get
1978.
Live
Okay.
hard and fast.
Strong reaction.
Okay.
Question 5. In a 2013 game against the Wizards, this player was ejected for the 3rd time in 10 days and proceeded to Fonzie-style thumbs up each member of the trio of officials.
Hey.
Maybe Gary Shandling took this player's name in a sitcom because of his love for the Fonz.
Larry Sanders.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that is right. Great job. You didn't know he was a basketball player, did you?
No, I did not.
Okay.
Question 6. This player wanted to end his career with a bang, literally, when he was ejected for headbutting an opponent who may have exaggerated the effects of the headbutt during the 2006 World Cup Finals in Berlin.
World Cup
Cup.
finals.
Oh,
It's,
World Cup, sorry.
Zinedine Zidane.
Zinedine Zidane?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If you say so.
He has the same name as the Final Fantasy IX protagonist, which
just
is why I
gonna
remember
say
it.
that.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Number 7. After what he believed were several unfair foul calls, this spicy player was thrown from the game for chucking his mouth guard, which ended up hitting a fan in the chest. Turns out the fan was the son of a franchise owner. Oops.
It's the famous Chile Relleno.
No, I just saw this was on the news for a while. It's Steph Curry, right?
Curry, spicy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I knew one. Yay. Okay. All right.
In 2014, this relief pitcher was booed off the mounds by fans, then ejected when he responded by grabbing his crotch. You may also remember that he one time put his teammate in a chokehold.
Chokehold crotch. Put that down. I don't know this one. Chokey McCrotch.
Separate incidents, though.
Yeah.
Chokehold and crotch.
It sounds like
2014.
That's
sounds
the name
like
of
it's
my-
read out of Eastbound and Down.
Yeah, that's my favorite sitcom. Okay.
Number 9, this player's infamous punch nearly killed his opposing player, Rudy Tomjanovich, in 1997. The doctor said this punch, which shattered not only Rudy's jaw but also his career, was equitable to being hit by a car going 50 miles per hour. I think Miss Piggy would love him.
Yeah. It wasn't in
Kermit?
it wasn't 1997. When was the punch?
1977. Did I say 97?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
97 he was coaching
That's
the
not
Rockets then.
that's not the hockey one, right?
Huh?
That's not the hockey one.
No,
right?
it's
That's basketball.
Come back to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We're ready for number 10.
Now holding the record for the longest suspension ever for an on-court incident, this peaceful player was responsible for an all-out melee brawl that began with players. He rushed the stands after a fan threw a cup at him.
Ron Artest.
Yeah, World Peace, right?
Meta World
Oh,
Peace.
yeah.
Meta World Peace.
Yeah.
I knew a basketball thing.
Okay, so let me just I'm going to go through this real quick. So
Kind of relieved there was no hockey question because I'd probably miss it.
okay, so David, just go through all the questions in your own speed and own breaks, and while we do this, and that way the audience can listen one more time.
Sounds good. All right. Number 1. This hot-headed coach was ejected and subsequently banned for a game in 1985 for tossing a chair across the court. Question 2. In 2007, this basketball player was ejected by famously salty referee Joey Crawford when he giggled with his teammate over bad calls. Question 3. This grouchy manager was ejected, fined $5,000, and suspended for 2 subsequent games for dressing up in glasses and mustache and entering the opponent's dugout in an effort to watch the game without being detected. Question 4. During a 1978 bowl game, this coach was fired from both the game and his position, rightfully so, for throat punching one of the players for running the pigskin out of bounds. Question 5. In a 2013 game against the Wizards, this player was ejected for the 3rd time in 10 days and proceeded to Fonzie-style thumbs up each member of the trio of officials. Maybe Gary Shandling took this player's name in a sitcom because of his love for the Fonz. Question 6. This player wanted to end his career with a bang, literally, when he was ejected for headbutting an opponent who may have exaggerated the effects of the headbutt during the 2006 World Cup Finals in Berlin. Question 7. After what he believed were several unfair foul calls, this spicy player was thrown from the game for chucking his mouthguard, which ended up hitting a fan in the chest. Turns out the fan was the son of a franchise owner. Oops. Question 8. In 2014, this relief pitcher was booed off the mound by fans, then ejected when he responded by grabbing his crotch. You may also remember that he one time put his teammate in a chokehold. Question 9. This player's infamous punch nearly killed the opposing player, Rudy Tomjanovich, in 1977. The doctor said the punch, which shattered not only Rudy's jaw but also his career, was equitable to being hit by a car going 50 miles per hour. I think Miss Piggy would really love him. Question 10. Now holding the record for the longest suspension ever for an on-court incident, this peaceful player was responsible for an all-out melee brawl that began with the players. He rushed the stands after a fan threw a cup at him.
All right. So I think we're locked in with all of them, right?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. We're locked in with all our answers.
All right. Number 1. So who threw the chair?
We went with Bobby Knight.
And it was Bobby Knight.
All right.
All right. Number 2. Who's the infamous giggler?
Yeah, it was a great moment. He's just kind of laughing on the bench. He tees him up, and then he looks around confused, and then he throws him out of the game. It's Tim Duncan.
It is Tim Duncan. Number 3. Who dressed up like Groucho Marx?
This was a tough one. I had a hard time remembering, but I'm pretty sure it was Mets manager Bobby Valentine.
It was Bobby Valentine.
That's a great one. I want to find video.
You
of
should
that.
watch the video. He's just kind of sitting nonchalantly in the dugout with the glasses on. It's great.
All right. Number 4. Who's the throat punching coach?
We had pretty much no idea here. We just went with a longtime college coach and said Bear Bryant.
It was Woody Hayes.
Woody Hayes.
Sorry to Bear Bryant for the accusation.
All right. Who did Gary Shandling play in a sitcom?
Larry Sanders.
It's Larry Sanders. All right. Who is the 2006 World Cup ejected player?
Zinedine Zidane.
God bless you.
And it's Zinedine Zidane. All right. 7. Who was the spicy player that hit a franchise son?
That would be Steph Curry.
Steph Curry. Who is the crotch-grabbing chokehold relief pitcher?
This one we had a hard time with, so we went with a
Known hothead.
A known hothead, Aroldis Chapman.
It's Jonathan Papelbon.
Oh, Jonathan Papelbon.
Ooh, never heard of him.
Red Sox closer.
Oh.
Makes sense.
All right. Who had the infamous punch?
So I got Kermit from the Clue, and then I was racking my brain forever trying to come up with the last name, and I believe it's Kermit Washington.
It is Kermit Washington.
Yeah.
Number 10. Who was the peaceful player?
The artist formerly known as Ron Artest, Meta World Peace.
And it's Ron Artest.
Mm-hmm.
That was a great round, especially for Matt helping us here. So
that's good for 8. So 40 points, right?
40 points.
yeah.
Nice.
At 100 after the swing round.
So to the listeners, 5 points apiece for those.
Yeah. So we're right on track to hopefully get 200, like we said, so that David will not be the cream of the crop today. So we're halfway there.
All right. Round 2, question 1 is in math. What is the smallest positive integer, which is neither a prime nor square number, and the only number that is the sum of the product of 3 consecutive positive numbers?
All right. We're going to need that again in pieces.
6.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
Because 1 times 2 times 3 is 6.
And 1 plus 2 plus 3 is 6.
And 6
and it's
is
not
in
a square.
Not a prime.
Because squares run 2, 4, 8.
6.
Ken's done with this question. We say 6.
All right, it was 6.
All right.
Math.
All right. Question 2 is in food. Not to be confused with the mammal, what is the common name for the dolphin fish? Shelley Darlington wasn't very hungry, so she only ordered 1.
That's mahi mahi.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I only was that Anna Faris who said that? Yeah, it's from the House Bunny or something.
Yeah, they changed the name because people didn't like the thought of eating dolphin, right?
Yeah, I think it's Anna Faris. She goes, I want mahi mahi, but I only want 1, I think, or something like that. But yeah, mahi mahi.
Just a mahi.
And the answer is mahi mahi.
All right.
Yeah, what was that reference?
It was from, it's from House Bunny. So she's going on a date and she's like, I'm not that hungry. So instead of the mahi mahi, can I order just the 1?
Yeah, okay, good. I thought I was crazy there for a second. All right, good.
You watched the House Bunny.
Good call.
Question 3, world history. Lasting from 1871 until 1918, the German Empire had 3 emperors. The first and the last of these emperors shared what name?
It's got to be Frederick Wilhelm, right?
Wilhelm.
Wilhelm?
The Wilhelm scream. Is that what you're saying?
Why does it sound like a dinosaur?
Because it does. It does.
It does, yeah.
Play the Wilhelm scream really quick.
Yeah, that's the Wilhelm scream right there. Used in almost every movie. They find a way to stick it in there.
Yeah.
Every Peter Jackson movie, at least.
Yeah.
Named after this famous emperor?
I
No,
don't
it's
know.
named after the
Oh.
actor of the
Yeah.
first usage. I believe he's being eaten by a crocodile or an alligator or something like that.
Yeah, that makes
And
sense.
there goes that trivia question.
Yeah.
Wilhelm is our answer.
And the answer is Wilhelm.
All right. On a roll.
You are on a roll.
Kaiser Wilhelm.
We're on a Kaiser roll. Boo.
Question 4, historical bad boys.
Dennis Rodman.
Which famous poet, Dennis Rodman, which famous poet was kicked out of West Point in 1831 for gross neglect of duty and disobedience?
Was it Robert Frost?
Would that be too
Did you
early
say
for him?
1831?
Was it Poe?
Yeah, I was just going to say it might be.
Well, Poe died in 1841, I believe.
Oh, well, no.
So,
Yeah,
but
that-
he was only in his 40s, so it's a little late, I think, for him.
Actually, hold on. You are jogging something in my memory that I've read.
Okay.
Poe, West Point.
I mean, he is from Baltimore.
I think it is Poe. Unless I'm confusing something that I read, but
And what were the charges, David?
Once again, it was gross neglect of duty and disobedience.
I mean, if anybody was going to fit that bill.
and he hung a pendulum swing over one of the bunk beds.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
They didn't care for that.
Yes, they told him to come back nevermore.
Yeah, I heard that he handed in a term paper to his teacher, and it was a telltale Purple Heart, and they didn't appreciate it.
Oh God, Neil, come on.
Ugh.
But they just didn't like the.
I hope we're right at this.
I hope we're right. Yeah.
That
All
joke
right,
was so
we're gonna-
bad you couldn't even say it.
Yes, you
We're gonna
butchered
go
that
with
joke.
Poe.
it was Edgar Allan Poe.
All right.
Ooh, nice, Jeff.
He also walled one of the other cadets in the basement.
There would have been a lot of banter cut if it wasn't the answer.
Yes.
All right, number 5, geography. The Suez Canal connects the Mediterranean and Red Seas. The Panama Canal connects the Pacific Ocean and the Caribbean Sea. What 2 bodies of water are directly connected by the Erie Canal?
Where's the Erie Canal? I can't remember.
It's up in on the right side of Canada.
Okay.
Comes in from the Atlantic side.
That's the St. Lawrence Seaway.
Jeff nodding. Yes.
Erie Canal is similar to Ohio, right? Like Lake Erie, or no?
Well, Erie is also borders Pennsylvania, so
Oh,
I mean, Lake Erie and the Atlantic Ocean.
they are not close.
Okay.
I mean,
you
so-
give an answer then.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, okay, so I'm
You're
thinking.
so smart.
Okay, so it's got to be. I don't know where it is. It's if it's on Lake Erie. Well, I what you were talking about was the St. Lawrence Seaway.
Okay.
So, if it's on Lake Erie, it's connected to Lake Ontario via the falls. But they could have dug a canal the other way so that they could actually go up the falls.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm thinking is like Lake Ontario to Lake Erie. And I can't remember if Erie connects with Huron near Detroit, but I guess my guess would probably be Ontario.
Ontario and
Lake
Erie?
Ontario and Lake Erie.
Okay, we trust Jeff.
That is better than any answer.
do you need to
I
hear the
have.
question one more time or no?
No.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. What you say the answer? Then I'm not sure what you were saying.
Lake Ontario and Lake Erie.
It connects Lake Erie with the Hudson River.
With the Hudson River. Okay.
Super close, though.
Yeah.
Eh.
Our Canadian geography isn't the best.
My river knowledge is not great.
Yeah.
All right. Question 6. Famous nicknames. The Venezuelan-born Cold War terrorist Elich Ramirez Sanchez was known by what canine nickname?
All right, so we got Cold War, we got canine nickname, and Venezuelan.
Yeah,
We
dog,
got wolf, bloodhound.
mutt, dog, bulldog,
What about like bloodhound?
bloodhound.
He's known to hunt people down or something. I'm not familiar with this person.
Yeah, do you know any Cold War terrorists?
McCarthy.
Yeah, there you go.
Nailed it.
We're gonna go with bloodhound.
His nickname was Carlos the Jackal.
Oh, the jackal.
Jackal.
Bruce Willis.
Jackal.
Jackal.
Call me the Jackal.
Jackal.
All right.
Question 7, sports. What began for the first time in January 25th, 1924 in Chamonix, France?
1924.
Is that the Winter Olympics?
So the first Summer Olympics, obviously,
We're
1896.
1896, yeah.
So that would be 1904, 08, 12, 16, 20, 24. That's an Olympic year.
They did them in the Olympic years until
And I think
88 was the first
And
break.
I think summer was France that year, and then that would make sense that they'd have in the same
I feel
way.
like
Winter
France also
Games.
held the first Winter Olympics.
First Winter Olympics.
That's what you want to go with?
Lock it in.
Okay.
All right, it is the Winter Olympics.
All right.
Nice.
Good call, Jeff.
Yeah, for you listeners, normally our pub trivia, we only get 60 seconds to answer. So normally when we play together on any type of trivia, we don't really go past 60 seconds because we just out-talk ourselves. So
Yeah.
it's all gut. All gut in the studio.
Yeah, we got places to go, things to do.
Yeah.
Keep it moving.
Do you have things to do?
I don't have things. Theoretically, we have things to do.
Matt has to drink enough for the entire team, so he's got things to do.
All right, question 8 is an awards. Who became the first man to win a Tony Award for Best Performance by a leading actor in a musical for portraying a female character?
The
Hairspray?
I was going to say Hairspray, but who?
Neil?
That'd be Harvey Fierstein.
No, Harvey.
Yeah,
Okay.
Harvey Fierstein. He talks like this. Oh my
I
God!
know.
Hello, everyone.
He was great in Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah. Look at your hair; it's beautiful.
He sings Matchmaker, right?
Matt, in what? Oh, yeah, in
Mrs.
Doubtfire. Yeah.
Let's go with it, Neil.
Okay, Harvey Fierstein.
In 2003, he played Edna Turnblad. It's Harvey Fierstein.
Good. Yeah,
Okay, good. Glad I didn't overthink it.
All right, 9 is in games. Which popular Milton Bradley game was invented in 1954 and named after the transportation on which the wealthy inventors played the game with their friends before they sold the game to E.S. Lowe Company, who brought it to the masses?
Shoots and ladders.
No, that was a much older game.
They could have played it on Shoots and Ladders.
Right, that's what I'm
Well, let's
saying.
just
I'm just joking.
Sorry, Yahtzee. I know these aren't board games. I'm just Game of Life. They played it on something,
Wait.
right?
On a mode
Why
of
wouldn't
transportation.
Yahtzee be it if they're playing on a yacht?
Oh,
Oh,
Does that make sense?
yeah, totally.
okay. Is that
We're going with Yahtzee.
Yahtzee.
They played him on yachts. It's Yahtzee.
Nothing
Okay.
says wealthy. That
I was
more
always
than on the
wondering
yacht.
where that name came from.
See, sometimes I feel dumb, but I just try to give you guys little blips of
Kernels.
little kernels, and then you guys make the popcorn.
Pop them.
Yeah, you pop them, and I eat them, and then David enjoys it with us.
That's what I'm doing. These are a lot easier than I thought they were.
Neal lays an egg and we incubate it.
Well, it's so when you say that, so the level of questions is difficult if we're not playing as a team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think alone we each probably would have had like 3 or 4 per round, probably.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
I was scoring myself, I'd probably be about 3 on the first round, and I think 3 or 4 on this round.
Yeah.
So it would curve much lower.
Okay, good. That's better then.
No, these are very well written questions. So
And I would have got
Thank you.
2 right on the swing round. So
I would have gotten 2 right on the swing round. Yeah.
All right, question 10 in round 2. Last question. It's in current events. Orrin Hatch holds the record for longest serving Republican senator, just announced that he would not seek re-election. Which state did he represent during his term?
Utah.
He began in 1977. It's Utah.
All right.
pretty good.
cool. So after 2 awesome rounds written by David and the swing round that Matt cleaned up, Team Triviality has 180 points going into the final round. And for anyone who doesn't know the final round rules, as Jeff said in the beginning, it's going to be 5 questions, in a variety of categories. David is going to give us each category and allow us to wager 0 to 30 of the points that we've accumulated. So we can basically wager almost all of them, I think, right? Math-wise?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could wager up to 150.
On 150, yeah.
Which we will.
Yeah.
That one team that listens to our podcast as a group.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait
Sinister
to
Six.
see, I can't wait to see how they score against us on this one.
Oh, yeah, you guys should play it together.
They'll probably beat us.
Yeah, I'm sure they would.
All right, so I'm not going to be very helpful on these category titles, but I had fun writing them. So, all right, the first question: current singles in your area.
Oh.
The second one: All in the Family. The third one: Domo Arigato.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4: Not the Nobel Prize. Number 5: Wasting Away Again in Magritteville.
What do you know about Renee Magritte?
Not much.
I know a little bit.
Who's that?
He's an artist.
I don't know much. So All in the Family is definitely an incest question, right? We're agreeing on that.
Yeah. Maybe it's about that X-Files episode where they were all that got banned. The first episode that was banned.
No, it could be about the classic television show.
All right. So before we do that, why don't
So
we?
really, we're playing against the Sinister Six here, right?
Yeah.
That's what we're.
Yeah.
So what do you want to wager?
Well,
We're not wagering against anybody else specifically, so it's a little.
It's
a
more
little
like, what do you
bizarre.
think we know?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, our wagers are locked in.
All right, so for the first question of the final, the topic is current singles in your area. The question is, in September, what tennis tournament will find its way to be hosted in Chicago, where Team America will try to take the title from Team Europe? Question 2, the topic is All in the Family. The question is, with 76 nominations and 12 wins, which prominent family holds the most Academy Awards for music and film? 3, the topic is Domo Arigato. The question is, what is the Japanese word for the seaweed wrap used in sushi?
Good.
Question 4, not the Nobel Prize. The question is, there is no Nobel Prize for mathematics. However, what is the name of the top honor a mathematician can receive? This prize is awarded every 4 years to 2, 3, or 4 mathematicians, 40 years of age or younger, at the International Congress of the International Mathematical Union. 5, the topic is wasting away in Magritteville. The question is, what object is, or isn't if you believe the caption, at the center of the Rene Magritte work titled The Treachery of Images?
That's not the guy with the apple in front of his face, right?
No, no.
Okay. Speaking of the Nobel Prize one, that's the award that Stellan Skarsgård had in Good Will Hunting that he had over Robin Williams, I believe, for mathematics.
Oh.
It was like a scholar, like not a Rhodes Scholar, but Jeff. He that was the thing he lauded over him, and he's like, I have this award, and Robin Williams like, I got married, I'm happy, I don't need the award.
I mean, if you had like a letter or jumping off point, I haven't seen Good Will Hunting, so.
So the first one, the tennis one, we think Davis Cup.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Based on Matt's assessment.
Yeah, because I forgot David's a huge tennis player.
Well,
so.
the England and Australia one is the Ashes, right?
That's for
Is that for
cricket.
cricket? Yeah.
And then the Ryder Cup is the
Golf.
golf, and I think the Davis Cup is the
Okay.
That is tennis.
yeah,
Okay.
All right.
because that includes Nick Cage and who, right? Because he's a
Yeah,
Coppola.
it'll
and-
include. So here, just on top,
What's the music?
Francis Ford won for Godfather 1 and 2. He won for screenwriting for Patton. He also won for producing Godfather 1 and 2, so it's 5. Sophia won for screenwriting for Lost in Translation, 6. Nick Cage won for Leaving Las Vegas, so it's 7. So it's not hard to believe that. Let me think. And his dad won. He was the composer for. That's what it is.
Yep.
His dad was composer
There
of The
it is.
Godfather.
Yeah,
The third question was
Sushi seaweed wrap. That is nori. I am a connoisseur.
Nori. Okay.
Okay.
So who is Magritte then? Tell us a little bit
The
about him.
deception of image. He was a surrealist painter.
Okay.
He is the painter that you're thinking of with the apple in front of the guy's face, but that's a different painting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm just when I was researching that question, I looked over a bunch of different Magritte paintings, and I definitely saw this one. It's hard to pin it down because I just kind of quickly looked at so many of them.
Can you picture any of them that would have something center frame? Just any
I mean
object
the
center frame.
apples. The most. I mean
That was the only thing I thought
right.
of. But
That's not the painting.
No, there is something in the title to this one where it's like, I know it's like a dolly thing, but like a clock or a mirror or, something that could...
Well, a mirror would
or
be...
a face.
A mirror would be
perhaps?
interesting for the caption.
What's the caption again?
Treachery of images.
Oh, okay.
Gosh, this is it's bugging me because I saw it and I just can't bring it to mind.
We don't know
which one it is. And I got all these different paintings that I saw like running through my head.
We don't know the math one at all, right?
Can you think of anything? I
Would
don't
it
know
be-
why.
Would it be named after a famous mathematician?
Yeah, any famous ones?
I mean, there's quite a few. I mean, if you had a letter or something that sounded about right, I could probably get there.
It's a name though. It is a name.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
Can you name any famous mathematicians?
I mean, a lot of them are also physicists or other
Or
things.
things
so,
that were named after like theorems or...
I mean, Newton, Leibniz. You've got.
I know it's the one in Go Hunting, and I cannot
It's
think.
not
of
like
it.
Pythagoras.
No.
It's like it's just like how the Rhodes Scholar we talked about. It sounds just like that. He's like, oh, I was
And I'm sure I've heard
Rhodes
it.
Scholar.
I'm sure I've heard it way back in the day, but I can't. I
Right.
can't. Place
And then for the painting
So
one,
it could be a hat because there was like a lot of guys wearing like bowler hats and stuff. There's a couple of those. There's definitely one that he did, and I don't think it's the right one, but I think this is going to ultimately be our guess, where is a man and he's smoking a pipe and his nose is going into the pipe and then coming out of somewhere else. Like his nose is stretched out. So let's say a pipe.
okay.
Okay, so we're all in.
So for question 1, what did you guys wagered 10 points? What did you guys put as the tournament between Team America and Team Europe?
We went with the Davis Cup.
So the Davis Cup is a tournament between all individual countries. So Team USA would play Team Denmark or Team Czech Republic, that kind of thing. For the Team America versus Team Europe, it's the Laver Cup.
Ooh,
I had never heard that.
and you're a big tennis player, right?
I am a big tennis player.
Yeah,
Should have researched that.
I know. I forgot it. I didn't even think about it.
But it's coming to Chicago, which is where you guys are.
Oh, cool. We
Sweet.
can see it.
And they'll play singles and they'll play doubles. So current singles in your area.
Got it.
Ah,
Yeah.
that was great. Good
for
category.
current-
I mean, I got the
doubles.
reference as soon as he said it was tennis. So.
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys are acting surprised for.
It's good radio.
All right. Question 2, y'all wagered 20 points. What is the prominent family that holds the most Academy Awards for music and film?
So we went with the Coppolas.
So the Coppolas have won 12 and been nominated for 29.
Oh.
The family that's won 12 and nominated for 76 was the Newman family.
Yeah, I should know that.
It comprises Alfred Newman, who's won 9, Randy Newman, who's won 2, and Lionel Newman, who's won 1.
Ouch. That one hurt.
All right, question 3. Domo arigato. You wagered 20. What did you guys put for the Japanese word for seaweed wrap?
We went with nori.
And the answer is nori.
Okay. So at least we cancel out the last one.
Yeah, I eat so much sushi. It would be sad if I didn't know that one.
It's one of those things that sometimes you just don't recognize that it's there. Like you've seen it a bunch of times, but you don't. Not everybody registers, I think. All right, question 4. Not the Nobel Prize. Y'all wagered the Oakland 5. What did y'all put as the non-Nobel Prize for mathematics?
We're kind of racking our brains. Neil's pretty sure it's mentioned in Good Will Hunting, which did nothing for me, unfortunately, because I have not seen that movie. But so we just settled on the MacArthur.
So earlier this year, Mariam Mirzakhani made the news because she was an Iranian mathematician who had won this award, and she just died. It's the Fields Medal.
That's right.
That is the Fields Medal, yeah, because he gives it. He goes, I don't want my Fields Medal anymore. You take it.
So right now we're down 5 points, right?
Down
No,
15.
Down 15.
Down 15, and if we
Okay.
get this right, we will be only down 5 at the end.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Question 5, wasting away in Magritteville. What did you guys put as your object?
Well, we wagered 10 on this one, and this one was causing me a lot of trouble because I had a Rene Magritte question a while back, and like I said, I had viewed a bunch of his paintings, and I was just trying to pin one down, and I remember reading this title too. There was one painting I remember, and again, I don't think it's the correct one, where there's a man smoking a pipe and his nose is going into the pipe and coming out of somewhere else. Like his nose is all stretched out. So just as an educated guess, I put pipe.
So the caption, if you were to believe it, actually says, Ceci n'est pas une pipe. And what that means is this is not a pipe.
Oh.
That's right. I've heard about that one. Yeah.
So we were
The object
right.
is a pipe.
Is that the right painting or no?
Yep, the treachery of images. No, yours is kind of wrong. So the treachery of images is literally just a pipe. There's no man in it. It's literally the picture of a pipe.
So we lucked out a little bit. So I used my rough Magritte education to come up with an educated guess, and it panned out for us.
That was a Magritte guess.
Nice.
Yeah.
So doing our calculations here, it would seem that we have ended the game with 175.
Mm-hmm.
So
Almost a little disappointing after going into the final at 180. I think the Coppola question kind of really killed us, I think.
Ran us off the rails, but this was a fun game, and I guess you're the cream of the crop today.
yeah, David Livasy, cream of the crop.
You know that I'm the cream of the crop.
I tried handing you guys the whole game. Yeah, thanks so much for having me on, guys.
Yeah, anytime. You're always welcome. And if you want to join David in our Patreon support group, he's at the Intercontinental level, but you can join us at the NXT Champion, Cruiserweight, United States Champion, or David's Intercontinental Champion level. Make sure to go to patreon.com/Triviality Podcast. Matt, if people want to send in listener-submitted questions, how can they do that?
Yeah, just hit us up at the email trivialitypodcast@gmail.com. Any questions, listener questions, just put question 5 in the subject line, and if you'd want a specific host to read it, put that in there too, and we'd love to have the questions on the show.
You can follow us Facebook and Twitter, Triviality Pod.
Cool. Well, yeah, so big thank you to David Livasy for writing that awesome game. We're going to be trying to do some more things like that coming up in the future where we play as a team or maybe have someone else in studio to let some of our great listeners who are wonderful question writers in their own right pull a game together for us. So thank you, David. And that was Triviality.
You know, that condescending, embarrassed look. You think I'm a failure. I know who I am, and I'm proud of what I do. It was a conscious choice. I didn't up. And you and your cronies think I'm some sort of pity case. You and your kiss chorus following you around going, the Fields Medal. Why are you still so afraid of failure?
It's about my medal, is it? Oh, God, I can go home and get it for you. You can have it.
Oh, please don't. You know what, Jerry? Shove the medal up your all right? Because I don't give a about your medal, because I knew you before you were a mathematical god.